Morning. Morning. Woke up this morning and you ever have one of those moments that just something just hits you right there? And you just realize, everything becomes crystal clear. This Florida, slaves benefited from slavery curriculum that they're pushing in their schools just so clarifies everything about the conservative party. Just conservatives in general. I realize they have massa mentality. Forever I have heard people talk about, well, we can't teach the truth about our history in schools because kids will feel bad. I've never felt guilt about any of that. I want the truth. I want to talk about our real history. I value facts. But the reason I've never felt guilt, it's not that I didn't have my white privilege. I did growing up. I never flinched when I got pulled over by the police. I never, just all of it that comes with white privilege. I had it, but I never identified with the oppressors. That's not who my family was. We were plain white trash. So it just became so crystal clear to me who DeSantis, putting fingers, sees himself as. And these conservatives that are running around saying, well, we can't teach real history because our kids will feel bad, that tells you exactly who they think they are. They have massa mentality. They think that they're the enslaver. That's who they see themselves as, the enslaver. I have never looked back in history and identified with the enslaver. Not once. And it may be that my mother was Irish and, the rest of my family came from Northern Europe where slavery was not a big thing. It wasn't their ancient history, but in modern history, they were the, they were the anti-slave folks. They just were. And my folks came from up north. They did. My family's originally, when they settled, they came in through the Great Lakes and settled up in Wisconsin and Iowa. On my father's side, well, my mother's side too, but they were German and Norwegian and Danish, and that's who they were. On my father's side, on my mother's side, they were 100% Irish. So maybe that's why I didn't identify with that is my cultural heritage. But it speaks volumes to who they see themselves as. Think about what's got to be inside you to say a people that were not just held hostage, but were brutally beaten, abused, raped, that they benefited from that situation. And that's your point of view in the world. It explains everything about their politics and the way they do things. Look at DeSantis going after Disney. Look at DeSantis going after Bud Light. Look at the whole right-wing freakish fear and the way they look at things. You don't do what we want, we'll hurt you. If you don't do what we want, we will hurt you. They're trying it with Barbie today. They are. Barbie's woke now. I guess that's the new one that Kid Rock's going to be shooting out by his lake is Barbie's. But it's that whole massa mentality. They think that they are the plantation owner. Whereas the rest of us identify with the oppressed. You know, and I know that sounds silly. Like I said, I'm a white guy that never went through any of that. I've had my white privilege. But, you know, not all of us were like that. Not all of our families come from that history. Mine did not. And I don't see myself as one of those people. That's not what's inside me. That's not what's in my heart. And I guess that's why they can't understand me. And they're like, oh, take that hat off. You're no real Texan. Move to California. You know, all that. Because they see themselves on the wrong side of history. Folks, you have to get out and vote. We cannot allow people that think that way, see themselves that way, to rule. We can't allow them to run our country. We cannot give them power. We cannot. That's how we end up, you know, you've got billionaires that are, you know, that have Nazi memorabilia collections and gardens filled with despots from the last century, you know, Stalin and Mao, and you know, that's why those people are spending fortunes, massive fortunes, to try to socially engineer our country so that they can still be massa. And we cannot let that happen. You have to vote. And help us fight to get this message out. We are like-minded people. We believe in facts. We believe in telling our history. We believe that no one should endure that. We are brothers and sisters. We are our fellow Americans. We're not traitors that try to overthrow elections. We're not those people. Get this message out. Help us do what we do here at Meidas. Help us get this message out. Reach down right now, hit the like button. That'll boost us on the algorithm so that people flipping through this see it. Hit the subscribe button so you can get more of this content. Thank you, folks. This is Old Texas Paul out. You have a wonderful day.
Hey, Meidas Mighty. Love this report? Continue the conversation by following us on Instagram @MeidasTouch to keep up with the most important news of the day. What are you waiting for? Follow us now.